Alright everybody, Scorpion here. I'm trying to speak up a little bit because camera's a little ways up there. So we're going to check out and see what's in the toaster. I'm pretty sure there's really nothing to it. But it doesn't work anymore. And I know there's going to be people that are curious. So I'm going to start off taking screws out, pulling the plastic off, and just seeing if there's something hiding in there actually worth having other than the cord, and tossing the rest in scrap. And then we got Neatgear. It says ProSafe 84 port 10/100/1000 smart switch GS748T. So we'll see what's in there. It's got a little bit of weight to it. So stand by and I'll be back.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, so let's start with this toaster. Took all the screws out the bottom. Plastic. Looks like it needs to be cut off right there. Goes the brass, right? Wire. And here's your toaster. This piece that sticks out has a little knob on it. Goes down and locks. Turns all your heating elements on inside. Let's see if I can get this to pop on apart here. And your elements just come through and go back in on the other side. This is the bottom of your toaster. Now you can see all the way through it. So there is a board and a couple contacts over here on this side. That might be worth taking apart. Let's see here. But the rest of this is just scrap metal. It's not worth trying to pull those elements out. You ain't gonna get nothing for them. So that is basically it for that. See if I can clean up all this wonderful food that fell out from all that toast that's been cooked. Alright. So yeah, I'd probably pull these wires. So this has got a metal piece on top. Shuts down on this motor here and finishes the loop on it. You've got two brass connectors here with contacts on the end of both of them and contacts on the board. You got that little transformer. And really that looks like that would be it for that, other than these couple little wires here. So I'm not going to bore y'all with destroying that. I'll do it off camera here in a little while. So for this Neatgear piece, there's like 3 screws on each side and 2 on the bottom here holding this together. This slides off and then the top slides forward. So, wow, that's pretty cool. So this is going to be your power supply board. You've got aluminum heat sink, decent wires here, fuse, transformer, looks like 3 rolls of copper, and then your wire on this side going in over here. You've got a couple of those little spools, I don't remember what they're called, but they've got copper on them. You've got a heat sink here, and this whole thing is a heat sink. You've got 3 fans here. Crystal oscillator, so we'll have to see exactly what's on the bottom side before we decide if we want to pull anything off here. So let's start pulling some screws out and see exactly what we're working with. So these are, I'm not exactly sure what these are, to be honest with you. Some type of plug-in that's got gold wires inside of it. And this is going to be gold plugged. Overall, not really worth much. These are gold. So we do have a few standoff pieces here that gives you separation between the boards so they can't move. Kind of sets the standard for where they're going to be. They do look like they're brass. So we will toss this in with the brass. We gotta plug these. They've got a couple screws holding the fans on here. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off, I guess. There's 2 of them. I don't know if this one's going to come off as easy or not. 3 of those. See what we got over here. Holding it on. Something here holding it. Oh, there's a screw right there. That will do it. There we go. Alright, so this piece is now shredded. We've got the little wire here. I drop these metal ends and connectors and all. I normally drop these down, keep them because quite often they are brass. Wire goes with the wire. So you have to decide where you want to stop on these. Do you want to pull the transformers? There's 2 here. You've got 3 of these things on here. 4. There's 1 hidden underneath. You got aluminum heat sink. Another aluminum heat sink. That goes as copper number 2. There's 1 little IC chip. So I mean, there's some goodies on here. Sometimes it's just better to drop it in power supply. So that is one heck of a piece of aluminum. That's extruded aluminum. These things are super fun to play with, just in case you didn't know. I like to run up to my kids and stick it on their forehead. Just me. But it's trash. So you got all these gold pins top and bottom across here. I don't know what these are. 8-port series. It's got something to do with this because it overlaps and they're even. You got a bunch of little IC chips, and you got your gold corner, I guess BGAs, flat packs. Let's see what's underneath this. Nothing but a bunch of little tiny little CCs and odds and ends like that on the bottom of the board. Nothing worth salvaging or messing with. So that's another aluminum heat sink. Broadcom. Guess that's a, yeah, that's got to be a processor of some type. Not something I can get off there very easily. So I'm gonna see what I can send this in as. This board is quite heavy. All these have copper. They untwist pretty easy, especially if you break a centerpiece. This goes in your shred, and that goes with your copper. There we go, that board is ready. So I hope y'all enjoyed seeing something a little bit different. Eventually work will give me some time off and the weather will do what it's supposed to. And I'll make it outside and scrap out some other stuff that you haven't, well, I'll say you haven't seen. You may have seen it, but probably not on this channel. I've got a whole huge stash of stuff, and I'll show it all to y'all. But again, I'm pretty picky about the weather, so I don't get to that stash too often. It's either time or weather or something slowing me up on that. But I'm going to take this and add it to all my aluminum heat sinks. Take this and add it to my brass. ends. I'll finish these up and give me 3 motors and a little bit of wire, and that's basically going to be it. So we'll see y'all in the next one.